Okay, just to bring myself up to date, number one is the number 5, okay, when you design it, this corner goes in the 9 position, okay, you see this corner over here and this corner here, 9 position. This corner over here goes in the 1 position over here, so this 5 would equal to 9 and 1. Now if we had the 2, okay, if you take the 2, it's in the 7th position. If you take the 2 on this side, it's in the 3 position. The 2 becomes 7 and 3, and the 5 becomes 1 and 9. It becomes 2, 3, and 7, 5, 1, and 9. This is the cycle we're in right now. 5, 9, and 1. Area 51, birth upon Mars. Now I just heard on the radio, Pont Champlain, Pont Champlain, 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 and I repeated to myself, and all of a sudden, le champ in French is the field. The field is full of berries right now. Jacob Hillsbury, apparently is it for the Yankees, just signed a contract of $153 million, 153. The ace, the silver bullet train. The trains have made one accident, they're going faster. Things are moving faster on the tracks, less time for people to think. We had 5, 1, and 9, 10, 15, and we had 2, 3, and 7. 237, whichever way you want to say it, it doesn't matter. 2, 3, and 7 equals to 12. The other one, 5, 1, and 9 equals to 15, and 12 is 27. 3, 3, and 3 train. I know you can't get this, but I can get it. I see what it's doing. When you have a 3, one of the things you're going to have when you have a 3, okay, is it's going to be this, on one side or the other side. You cannot pass. How can I design it? You see this V? This V is automatically a 3. Why do we do this? Why do we bend the whiskers? Because when we come to the end of the track, when the whiskers come to the end of the track and there's a flat wall over here, if the cat doesn't notice it's a flat wall, the whiskers will pick up on the flat wall. They curl them in. When they burn them off, when you burn off the ends, they turn in. So 3 is the suspension. If I would put the pumpkin on top of this, these would be the 2 wheels that I would be going forward. So there's many ways to look at this. So now we had the 153 million, and we had the trains that are going faster. We were having all this dealings of the swastika. All of a sudden, from nowhere, they know all the archangels and all the strongest of the archangels. I think I broke my toe. And just to, somehow I seem to have finished it. I made some mistake somewhere, but I finished it. What else is going on? I'm listening to the hockey game right now. And again, I'm hearing Coors Light all over the place. I'm seeing the swastika, and the way, you see this? If this was in life, this can come off the post. It curls around the post. In order for something to go around, it'll curl around this, and then something will curl around this, and something will curl around this, and it'll go forward. And you'll only be using up the same amount of space as each time. It's like stacking chairs. But the 6, 8, and 9, okay, you see the 6 is on the bottom, the 9 is on the top. They'd be swinging and passing each other and electrifying each other, keeping one of the 3 of them walking. 5 is the electronics. It comes off the pole. The 6 is on the pole. It can never move. The 8 and the 9. This is basically the setup of Monopoly, and since this one is go to jail, this one automatically becomes the relevant 9-11, because this is 9, 10, 11, this is 9, 10, 11. The minute you hit 10 here, you fall into jail. You actually start on reading, which is over here. But you start at the age of 13, you are the egg at 15, but you're not jack until B and O rail. So if you're not jack between B and O rail, if you really want to start, you'll be starting here from number 36, creation of man's face. 37 is right over here. It's the number in Nibiru, and it's the number to all communications. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 by 7 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. So both situations, when it's a multiple of 3, because that's the way it has to be, either it's a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 4, and then you bring it into certain different worlds for different reasons. And one of the reasons is because that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know, that's the way it works. It's part of the mathematical equations of putting things where they belong. Oh yeah, I broke my toe for sure. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. No, I'm not going to show you. Is there anything else? The hook on a pole. Oh yeah, the design for Norton's. If you really take a look, you can see the three circles in which the second circle holds in the first circle, and this third circle holds in the second circle. One is this way, one is this way. Then one of them is all the way around, somehow calibrating the first two. New York sports. You know what they said about New York sports? They referred New York sports to war. Last night's radio, before I went to bed, started talking about New York sports and war. Then there was another part that talked about the dinosaur. And the dinosaurs, weren't they the Greys? How many colorful animals have you really seen from 1,000,000 years ago? Didn't they sort of like bring it to us slowly? There had to be something that looked good a long time ago. Bubble transport in living color. Brought to you in living color by NBC. Time is heaven. We talked about Israel. And if you go back to Israel, here's the S and here's the R. But you can stick them together and make a mistake. Because don't forget, all grids have lines coming down. So if you would have mistaken a split between the S and R in Israel, it would be S and R, it would be IR and D. Why IR and D? Because the E and the L go together, and it looks like a small d. It's IRD. So now you have time heaven is Israel, and at the same thing is Islam and Israel. It's basically, I'm not trying to, you know what this says? Malays. Malaysia is under a spell. That's what it says. It also says they've been put into a bad corner. They've been put into a bad corner. They've been like almost chosen as partially in certain situations as the guinea pig, as so has the entire Middle East. And if you don't know, this is an electronic world. Nobody owns it. It belongs to the Urantia teams, okay? You hook up to the world and you let go your spirit. Your spirit goes with all the other spirits in the world. This is one of the ways I see it. You let go of your spirit comes into the world. Other planets are connected to it. You got to live with them, and that's it. Now the question is, where do you go back? How does it work? It's pretty simple. You're born into this world in a spirit from a society that you've come from another world. Now either you return to the other world, or you can transfer back onto this world. But each and every one of the worlds, you always get a choice. Because everybody figured out that at the end, if you have a choice, then there's a choice for everybody. But when you're blocked of a choice, you're cut off from survival because you block yourself off. Anyways, Raphael, you don't know why? Well, if you become hard-headed and you want more than the other than the balance, everybody figured out that in order to survive, it took balance, period. No more than that, not even my thought. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. So yeah, the trains are going fast, and they're talking about sports on TV and referring it to war. And now a guy steps on the field, on the green. The guy stepped on the field. It's like jumping on the pool table. And now they want to suspend him for a game. They weren't sure what to do. They should have said if there's any interference, the guy moves down to the 1-yard line, and that's it. You know, something like a penalty shot in sports, in hockey. What else is there? C&H, Canadians hockey, Christ Heaven, 24 Stanley Cups. All created, all pre-written before, guaranteed. But we'll never know until the end and after. And then again, will we know before we leave? Thank you for listening, watching. If you have something to say, all I know is I'm still looking at the 8th. After this one, my next date goes somewhere in January, and then there's a day in February, and then there's a time in March. But the end date of the totality of when I started, that I'm going to start thinking myself, how come it's not happening? But what is supposed to happen? We're just supposed to, more and more people are supposed to notice that there's a change going on, that there really is a complete, how can I say this, change of spirit, change of thoughts, visionary thoughts, stuff like that. Anyways, I hope the best for everybody. I hope the best for D, M, MD2, Donna, Zach, and anybody else that I can hope the best. Thank you for watching this video. And we're coming into definitely a new cycle with all these tiny little things that I've heard in the last couple of days. And I've never used to hear them like this before, but now I'm listening. So does it make a difference, or is it really coming close to that day when all of a sudden we're going to turn around the day after and go, oh, I can't believe that happened? Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus in the year 5775. Thank you for watching.